welcome to Put This On, Season 9, Episode 14, where we watch Got to Get Out, Season 1, Episode 1. And if my legs were waxed, I'd do it.
Where's Tomas? I'm really depressed about my face cream. This is Brian.
Any money would be great. Divorce lawyers are expensive, guys. This is Max.
Those
AKA
were all quotes.
Moodles.
Okay. Those were all quotes from this week's show. But last week we watched Pop the Balloon Live. We had a poll on Twitter and YouTube, and you both agreed. Bottom third show. So tell us what you thought about this show on YouTube or Twitter in our polls. Preferably YouTube, but also Twitter, I guess. Brian, what show do we watch this week?
This week we watched Gotta Get Out. Lies and lunacy collide in this exhilarating competition series where an outrageous mix of reality icons and crafty gamers conspire to get out of a house to steal $1 million from each other. In the house, time is money. The clock will go from 0 to $1 million in just 10 days. Every second they stay, the more they have a chance to earn. They can split the money equally at the end, but at any point in time, anyone can try to steal the acclimated money all for themselves. All they have to do is get to the gate without getting caught. And that's Got to Get Out.
Thank you, Brian. This is an interesting premise.
You know, we haven't seen anything like it, and there's something very classic to it, you know?
It's like you're trying to watch people create heists in real time. Like it's all about trying to get a heist going. So here's how it works. There's like 20 people. They're in a villa, and every day some people are given an exit strategy and some people aren't. And the exit strategy is when the money hits 112,000, the window on the second floor is open. And then you can take a car and try to go out the gate. Is kind of the general premise of what's going on. And you have to get through the gate before people close the gate with the button.
Which seems really hard.
Yeah.
I think it does when, you're stupid about it.
Well, everybody we've seen so far is stupid about it.
Okay, but how are you supposed to be smart about it with this? I mean, just dish the cars, I guess, but...
Yeah, right? Well, the main thing here is...
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. The main thing is I don't know what the unwritten rules are. The unspoken rules, really. If you get this... So, the main strategy here is the first day, there's 4, super cars set up for people to steal. So... There's 4 people get an exit plan. Each one of them gets a different supercar. So you could go out with the keys of the supercar, and you go out, and everyone fails at getting in the supercar because, quietly, it's hard to get out of, this driveway quietly when the supercars, and there's a long driveway. But if you just walked on foot, I'm sure you could have made it.
That's a long path, though.
Are they allowed to walk on foot?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Was there an unspoken rule that you had to take the supercar?
I think you have to. B, I'll tell you how to be smart about it. Shift it into neutral, walk it down a little bit, then start it up. Now, it seems like everybody they throw in these cars doesn't know how to drive them.
I mean, I'm not sure I would know how to start these cars correctly.
Oh, yeah. No, they're difficult, but still.
I assume there's a button that turns it on, but then, to get it into drive without, revving it and peeling out, I don't know. Well, it seems like it was difficult.
Yeah. I think even, experienced drivers wouldn't really, think about, the neutral aspect usually, yeah, that'd be the quietest thing. You don't need to start it up then. You just need to shift it. But
Max is saying you put it in neutral and you move it. You physically push it.
Yeah. Yeah, once it's in neutral, it doesn't have all that resistance and stuff. But you're not going to have power steering. You're not going to have all the other things. So it's just rolling along. But
Yeah, but then you can get a bit of a head start.
yep, absolutely. And those shifters were weird because they were on like the steering wheel, and they're just like you tap it to do it.
Yeah, it would definitely. You should have taken a couple minutes to like try to understand the car,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't think either of the people that made the car did at all.
I think there I think there's something to be said for like using this as just a practice run to like get a feel for the car or whatever.
Well,
Take all the practice you can get.
what I can tell you is episode 2 has nothing to do. These cars are gone.
What?
Okay, great.
They're gone.
That's
There's
They did say
another-
they were just
There's another car, but it's like way at the end of the driveway.
interesting.
yeah. I mean, they did say they wanted to. Well, our host said that they had to keep it flashy for episode 1, which I agree. Yeah, keep it a little exciting. I'll take a car
All right.
heist.
Well, let's get back we'll get back to the minutia. Let's talk about our host here, which we've got Simu Liu. I can't pronounce his name.
You're familiar with who this is, though, right?
Yeah, where
Yeah.
are the rings?
Yeah, he's the guy from Crazy Rich Asians.
That's no, that's not. He's from Lord of the Seven Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shang-Chi. Are you sure he's not in Crazy Rich Asians? We don't have our internet corner person here tonight.
I'm checking right now.
Yeah, so he's in the show for like 10 seconds. Unclear if he's even on set. He's kind of like the mascot, I would call him.
Yeah, but like you never see him.
Yeah, he's the mascot. He's just like introduces the show and then he's like not there.
It's insane how little he's in. It's a Cleveland Hustle situation.
I love how we reference Cleveland Hustle. No one has ever seen this show. No one knows what we're talking about.
I couldn't care less. Anyway, Simu Liu auditioned for several roles in Crazy Rich Asians. Blah blah blah. Later revealed that he was told he lacked the it factor and felt devastated by the rejection.
Okay. All right.
So that was sexist.
The other thing in this house that's really, I think, really cool is the money clock. So they just have a counter that's going up, and they call it the money clock. Great name. I want this in my house. It would be kind of cool to see like your salary every month just kind of come in. You're like watching the number go up. That would be kind of fun. You're like, oh, this nap, I made $200.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
You're like, that would be cool.
One thing I do like about the money clock is they would tell people events were happening not at a certain hour, but just at a certain money value. They've invented their own time unit system.
I know. And then some guy was counting up so he could count the money units to know when his time for exit plan was going to be.
Yeah, you gotta. I feel like that you gotta do that, but that's crazy to make everybody do that.
And the other thing I have about this money clock is like, there's no way that this money clock is counting up to $1 million. Like it started out the first night at $100,000. And like each day needs to be $100,000. So like midnight would be 100,000.
Are there only like 10 days, 10 episodes?
They said day 1 of 10.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, because each day would only get 86,400. So yeah, there might be something extra added or something
Wouldn't
for
it be
wins.
100,000? 10 days, 100,000?
No, you would have to do that. But like if you're doing like if it was the clock was based on seconds or something like that, which I thought it was kind of.
I mean, it's based on some sort of time unit, which is based in seconds, which is based on the speed of light traveling in a certain time frame.
Yep. Yeah, but in any case, yeah, they couldn't do it by seconds. That's some other time unit.
So let's see. Then in this mansion is baller. It's a very big mansion. They have it's let's put it this way, there's 20 contestants on the show. So 20 people are living in this baller mansion. And so in this mansion there is a watchtower at the top where you could see like the driveway essentially. You're watching the driveway at least for now. You can watch the whole compound, I think, but mostly the driveway. Um, and you're trying to get in a car and get out the gate to steal the money. So if you do that, you get what money is on the money clock, and then I think the money clock gets reset, and then that will be the new amount of money you would get.
Yeah. It definitely resets, and then because like the whole total prize pool is that $1,000,000.
And
I
in the
also
watchtower, there's a switch you can pull that like makes like these lights in the house go all red and like blares an alarm, I think, to make somebody press the button. So it's like a sign to press the button.
It'd be cool if you could sabotage that.
Like this is
yeah.
this is what I want the show to be. It would be great if it was like team based or something. Like I want to see like I don't know. I like the idea of the show. Like these like heists. Like what would you do? How are they going to try to do it? So good.
This plus like Taskmaster, some synergy there would be amazing. There's the core of a good idea here. I'm not sure this show succeeds, but there's something to it.
Like Max, if you have to go out at 112, what if you like go up and like pull the watchtower at like 110 or 111, and then no one's gonna suspect that it's gonna happen right after each other, right? Like you could get people resting on their laurels.
I don't know. It's interesting. I just don't think you can drive this loud ass car in a way that doesn't alert people.
Well, we'll get back to that.
And I say this as somebody who literally, one of my neighbors just got a Ferrari and it's parked like 15 feet from my window. I hear that shit all the time at midnight. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So they were set up for failure, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I quickly went back to the episode, and it says you may use this car as part of your escape.
Holy shit. Snap. Literally just run.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
They got suckered into the car.
All right. So this show started out with a This Season On, which we've talked about before, where like if you're gonna do it this season on, it can be okay as long as you don't like. I feel like this time it spoiled too much. Like they spoiled that somebody gets out.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. Like the whole crux of the show is like, are they or aren't they going to get out?
I missed that somebody got out. So
well, now you know. Spoiler alert. Yeah. So, but the big problem with it is we've noted before is that you just don't know anyone. So you see all these flashing images of stuff and you have no investment. And depending how long it goes, like if it goes more than like a minute, 90 seconds, then it's like you get really bored and you get on your phone and like good luck getting your attention back. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So not, never a great sign. And then we've got 20 contestants. 50 of them are quote unquote real people. And then 50 of them are reality star celebrities. And Max, who's the most notable reality star celebrity?
Is it Scott or is it one of the housewives?
I swore you would have gone with Omarosa.
Oh, Omarosa Manigault. Yeah. I don't know. She's more of a politician now.
Is she back to being a politician?
No. No, Omarosa, definitely reality royalty from everyone's favorite show, The Apprentice.
And term 1 of our glorious leader.
Yeah. She was also on Celebrity Big Brother, I think we watched.
Yeah, this is not our first Omarosa sighting, but
Yep.
she doesn't make too many appearances on the podcast. It's interesting, like hearing these people and like what amount of money they care about, and like Omarosa at some point said like $250,000 is when I'm going to try to get out of here, and somebody was like, I'm going to get out of here with $700,000. I feel like that's a little unrealistic. But then as we get into this episode of the exit plans, like they're trying for $100,000, which to them is a lot of money, which they're all real people and not reality star royalty.
Yeah, I feel like it's an interesting choice just because I feel like reality people probably have more in the bank. Famous ones? I don't know.
I
As they
think
win.
part of it is like they want to be on the show more because
Yeah.
presumably once you get your money, you're off the show. Like, why would they let you back in? Right?
Maybe
Yep.
just to taunt people.
But like, that's an interesting question. So like, this one guy's making an alliance with two other people, and it's like, if you get out, we'll split the money. It's like, do all three of them have to leave if they split the money, or does the one guy come back in, and then all three of them are still in the house? Very confusing.
That
Yeah,
would be interesting to come back.
the teamwork aspect is interesting.
Yeah, this is like the exact opposite of most reality shows where they're like, you're not allowed to make deals to split the money because that just would make Survivor really boring. Because everyone's just like, why don't we just split $1 million? Like, why are we fighting over this? But in this show, it seems, encouraged to split the money, which I could talk about some of the stuff that happens in episode 2 that makes that even more clear. But for now, they definitely encouraging some splitting of money, which is interesting. Like, a lot of this show is very interesting, to be honest.
I
So
I feel like once we get into it a couple episodes, then it will get interesting. Like once all the idiots are out.
They'll still be there.
We don't know if people are leaving the show.
Yeah, that's a great point.
This isn't like a typical vote people out show, but like they could throw something like that in because, like, theoretically, at the end of this, if you're there and all the money, no one steals any money, it's $1 million split 20 ways. Which they had some sort of weird segment about how somebody was failing at the math for this. I don't know if that was this episode or not. But yeah. So they would get $50,000 if everyone stays. The next thing that happens is like, so they're all in the villa hanging out. Then they all go into this room that has like this like wanted level ticker tape kind of device. Looks like from, the stock market room from the 1920s.
Yeah, very recession era.
Yeah. And some people you don't get an exit plan, and then some people do get an exit plan. And we could go over how each one of them works. So, so Kim gets an exit plan, and she wants to work with Athena. And then she was going to use her comforter as camouflage at some point, and then she didn't actually do anything with her exit plan, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah,
That is correct. Yeah, a lot of people were just like, the number's too low, but I kind of want to see how it plays out, but I'm not actually going to do it.
And then we got Rob, and he does, I don't understand this gameplay at all, but he tells everyone that he has an exit plan at 112 or whatever. And I guess it kind of works for him in the second episode because somebody taps him to be their like partner in trying to escape. So he's like earning trust by telling people that he has an exit plan. And then, but his like whole thing is like he doesn't want the money himself. He wants to split the money with other people. It's a very weird dynamic going on with this.
that's his hill he's gonna die on. He's like, I don't want to do it alone. I want to do it with somebody. Maybe he just wants like what's the movie with the two ladies in the car in the desert?
Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, he wants a Thelma to his Louise. You know,
All
he
right.
just wants some sort
I
of
was
buddy.
gonna say like an Ocean's 11 situation where he wants like
Ocean's 11, you're not breaking out here with half the house.
Yeah, that'd be the.
an Ocean's 8 situation. Okay, I mean you could theoretically it would be advantageous to you to break out of here. Like if you're here the last day for like $1,000,000, like it would be advantageous for you to like break out with 10 people versus wait for the 20 people to split, right? You'd get roughly like $80,000 instead of $50,000 or whatever it would be. Advantageous. The other thing about this guy is that his eyes start getting sinking in to his face. Like he has like some sort of like he's detoxing from something is what he looks like to me. He's not getting any sleep.
Oh God, how did you pick? Like, what made you notice that?
It's really prominent in episode 2.
Okay. Yeah, like I only dived into like a little bit of episode 2 just because of like the classic cliffhanger.
I mean, they Netflixed it for sure. And then we can get into the people that actually tried to steal the money. So we've got Steve H. He has 6 kids. Count them. 6.
Hot take, I don't like Steve H.
He's a like he used to work for People magazine as like a reality expert, I guess. And he definitely comes off as arrogant. And I think people in the house notice this. People do not like this guy.
He's very like, I'm so smart. I'm a game player. I'm so smart, guys. I'm gonna knock their socks off. They're politicking, using all these like buzzwords. Fuck Steve H. Fuck off.
So he got in one of these situations. I forget what the game is called, where like everyone knows but you, and you have to like make up. You have to pretend like you know what it is. What game is that, Brian?
Oh, it's like faking it.
Yeah. So like, what happens is everyone gets like somebody asks him like, "Oh, what did you get on your ticker ticker tape or whatever?" And he has to make something up, like he didn't get an exit plan. He comes up with some sort of disqualified story that makes no sense.
Right.
And one of the reality star royalty like really believes the story and is really upset that he lied about this story about being disqualified. But anyway, Steve gets in the car and like he like revs the engine. People hear him hit the button.
Great job, Steve. You really nailed it. Then he has to go back inside and is like, "Sorry, guys. I had to do it. I have 6 kids."
That's what he should say all the time. He's like, "Sorry, I got 6 kids. Sorry, they got to eat more than peanut butter and jelly." And then the last person to get an exit plan was somebody named Doodles.
Except it turns out that's not really his name, and he's never been called Doodles before this show.
And apparently his real name is Nick. And he made this name up. Nick, aka Doodles. And he acts like a doodler. And the funniest part about this doodle situation is that he steals the car and he was pretty close to getting out. Not that close, but close enough. And then he comes back and everyone's like, Doodles! Oh my God, I can't believe you stole the car. Oh my God. And everyone just still hates Steve. And everyone still likes Doodles. And that's hilarious to me. I don't know why.
Doodles also suffers from like, I'm a game designer. I've designed over 1,000 games. I really know game theory. I'm really smart.
I was making Flash.
Yeah, he does have that little bit of arrogance.
I mean, if you call yourself Doodles. I would say he's
Yeah,
Aaron.
that's a
Yeah,
pretty.
for sure.
It's a
It's
good
weird
thing.
because everyone should hate Doodles and like Steve H, but everyone hates Steve H and likes Doodles. Because Steve H is just like, I'm just trying to get some money for my kids here, and Doodles is like, I'm trying to own everyone. I'm the game master.
Doodles strikes me as somebody who's really annoying about cryptocurrency.
Man,
You think he wouldn't need the money then? He'd have all that Doge money.
He's just one cog in the pyramid scheme.
Maybe he spent it all on his NFTs.
Maybe.
this must be him.
Yeah, so you had to watch the beginning of episode 2 to figure out what happened at this heist that he didn't make it. And like you get the classic editing of like, oh my god, did they hit the button in time? Did they not hit the button in time? Oh my god. And you're like, how real is this? Because it's like overplayed like a lot. Like it's like they really overdo it.
If the show were actually good, they would show it 24 style.
But with a money clock.
Yes, with the money clock.
But you do actually see the gate close, so it's a little unclear how like it seems like he was actually close to getting out, but it's unclear like how fast the gate closes when you hit the button. There's just a lot of questions in the tech part of this.
Agreed.
Yeah,
And
I have a feeling that there's some reality TV magic just going on where it's like, oh, you kind of close, but you're not really.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta at this point and this for this show, you gotta just accept that they're gonna
That's fine.
overplay this whole thing. I wish they wouldn't overplay it, but like it's the point of the show. It's like, will they or won't they get out? So I can't blame them for it.
No.
I just wish this house had like tons of like cool little tunnels and secret doors and shit.
Yeah,
Get fun with it.
when you hear this premise, it's like, oh, are they gonna have to sneak out of the house while people are watching everywhere? No, there's like you can only exit these specific doors at these specific times, or it's not gonna work. The gate will be closed or whatever. But the more I watched, I'm like, God, that makes perfect sense because like you really have to get people out of like the living room. Like if you got a living room one and like people are just gonna be hanging out in the living room and then people are gonna be in the watchtower looking for you. You gotta get people out of the watchtower. You gotta really come up with some elaborate heist. And I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think go ahead.
I think the market there's a niche for like tactical espionage action as a reality show.
Is this not it?
It's not very good at it, but yes.
You kind of get a sense, like, since we know somebody leaves the house, I guess this actually is more compelling for me to watch because somebody's heist actually works. I guess that is more compelling to me. Anyway, another contestant on the show is Susan from The Golden Bachelor, which is another intersection for us. We've done that show. And she cries over faith in humanity at some point in the show, which.
Yeah.
That's a thing that happens. And the other note I have about this is there's a Chiron. There's Chirons in this show, and they're pretty good. They change all the time, and they really give you a good sense of what that person did last. And I'm going to give them some props.
Yeah, I like when they change them.
Some things to note about episode 2. I watched like a half hour of episode 2. Is that I forget who gets it, but somebody gets an exit plan and is literally the dumbest reality show star I've ever seen.
Wow.
Like she comes out and like just tells everyone. She's so excited that she gets like this exit plan that she tells everyone she has one. And then tells a crowd what it is, and like you need two people to do it, and like tells the other person what this like. It's just like astronomically dumb, and I just don't understand what's going on.
Is this a pre-existing reality person or
Yeah.
a normal person?
So reality celebrity.
Interesting.
Yeah. So she's not making it out. And then there is a pretty good heist with Doodles again. Uh, there's like some the high. Well, it's some. I won't spoil it, but Doodles and somebody else have like a pretty good heist situation that's compelling. And then there's like a secret exit as you wanted, Max, where like they a door will randomly open up, and there's a bunch of like recycle bins out front that will get picked up at some point. So you could theoretically get in recycle bin.
That's good. I like that.
There's got to be a lot of that.
And that's where I stopped watching the episode. I had to go catch some Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
I feel like the show would probably just be best as a Quibi of the best escapes.
I think that you could really improve on this show if it was like more heist focused.
Yeah.
Like if like they're like, we're gonna have a fancy ball dinner and you've got to pay attention to these people and these people. Some people have heist plans, some people don't have heist plans, but you got to watch out instead of like it just being like a 24/7 thing. But in general, I'm a fan of this show. I think I love watching these people scramble to come up with heists, and I would really like people to be smarter about it. I just need smarter people in this show. Like people are way too lax at the beginning of the show. Like no one's in the watchtower watching. Like what do you mean? Like it's only $100,000, but that's 1/10 of your money.
I agree that if the show were a bunch of like, Survivor tryhards, it'd be really good.
That I think the casting is the real problem with this show. Like we don't need Omarosa in the show. What is she providing to the show?
People to actually watch the show, like seriously, like
I mean that is a point.
If you're actually talking about people like getting entertainment, I think that people realize that, hey, we need to put in reality TV show people that everybody knows. Otherwise, like this could be a real crapshoot anyway.
What happened to like comedians? Like why are comedians not on these shows? Like why aren't we just throw 5 comedians in this house? Are they like doing too much other shit? Like what's going on?
Why don't we give them a small British man to bully?
Very humorous. Any other minutia you guys really want to touch on before we get to questions?
Nah.
Who's the worst human being in the show?
Max's vote is Doodles.
I might dislike Steve H more. No, you know what? Doodles is selfish. Steve H at least is fighting for his
6
kids.
I see what you're going for there. Is it Omarosa?
She didn't do anything.
Not for what she did in the show, just in general.
Oh, in general, yeah. Collaborating with the first Trump administration, yeah. Okay, I buy it.
All right. Yeah, I mean that's the best I got. I don't think anybody's like really bad in this show. Even Steve H. You just got to go for it. Fuck it.
All right, Brian. What speed did Max watch this show at?
Ugh, I'm pretty sure it's 1x, but I can see a 1.5. I'll go with 1.5.
You really put me a hard spot here, Brian. I'll go 1.7, Bob.
I don't know why. I watched this at 1x.
Okay.
I have no excuse. I kind of just forgot the option existed.
Max, every week we ask you what speed.
Yeah.
You got to throw us a bone here.
I mean, what? It's not always 1, but sometimes you watch it with your girlfriend, and 1 is usually what you watch it at with her.
I did not watch this with Livia, so
I did watch this with Christina, but I didn't ask her what she
Oh,
thought. So,
go yell at her. Hey, what'd you think,
all right, Brian, do you have any drinking rules for us?
Christina?
Drink every time a secret exit is unlocked, or well, like one of like the locked exits. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Max, what do you got for me?
Um, Drink every time somebody makes a statement equivalent to "I'm a gamer."
You should drink every time in a confessional somebody's confused. Like, it just happens. Like, there's just some old, confusing people on the show.
If you
Brian,
want
you
to
have
play
another
on
one?
hard mode, drink every time you hear the word button.
Press the button.
Oh my god, hit the button!
Yeah. There's got to be something heist related, though. Like, anytime there's like a person is in person to person interaction, but it's like a heist where they're trying to get this person to go to like room B or get out of room C, take a drink. All right. Would this show be better as a Quibi or TikTok?
Probably. If anything, I'm surprised none of these like hype houses tried having a heist. Maybe they have. I don't know.
I disagree. I don't think there's much you like. I think the main problem with the show is casting. That's not going to be
Mhm.
solved by shortening it.
Wouldn't this be better though if it was just the highlights of best escape attempts?
Ideally, no. Ideally, it's like
Realistically, though,
I mean, realistically, yeah, the show might be better as a Quibi, but I'm still gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with this is fine length. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, Chris, because I think when the heists do play a major part, but there is a bit of plotting of like, okay, how do I team up with somebody? Um, if they can cut out some stuff, but I don't think it'd be better fully as a Quibi.
We don't have any other questions, right? Do we have any other?
who are the mommies and daddies of this show?
Too
I don't.
many.
There's not that many.
I mean, whoever Big Brother put everyone in the house is clearly a mommy.
Clearly a mommy.
Clearly, and the celebrity Big Brother is the daddy.
Yeah.
Putting half celebrities in here. Um, is there prize money in Big Brother? I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
so.
there's some prize money in there. Survivor. There's a lot of alliances you're gonna have to make in this house. I think to successfully get out of this house.
Agreed.
Yep.
So, all right. So now we do ratings where we rate compared to other reality shows in a stack ranking format. So we get a top, middle, and bottom third. Some people stack rank in their stack ranks. Brian, what do you got for us?
I think I'm gonna go top of the middle. I like the premise of this. I like that there's like some ingenuity with like um the secret exits that come about later. But I can't put it in the top because I also don't really want to pay full attention to it. So it might just be relegated to a background show for me.
Max, what do you got for us?
Smack dab in the middle. Yeah, if only the casting were better, but it's just not. I found myself looking at my phone a lot, but when they were actually doing the heists or whatever, the escapes, I was a little tuned in. There's the core of a
Yeah.
good idea.
And we have Noah, our other usual co-host, gave me what he thought. This is his quote: "Middle, top of the middle. The game mechanics are pretty fun. Always good having professional reality stars. They know how to act." And
Yeah.
I asked Brian, or I asked Noah, "Know how to act?" Question mark. And he said, "Yeah, they're professional actors, billions, good guy, etc." And I believe if reality stars were good actors, they would probably be actors and not reality stars.
You know, nobody really makes that jump. So I feel like some like real world types or like challenge types tried.
Yeah. What's his name
Uh,
that we saw
time for
last?
me to Google. One sec.
Okay.
You're definitely right that there has no been a jump, but it's different type of acting. I don't know.
I don't know. I disagree that they're good actors, to be honest. But that's why I had to ask. Um, I'm gonna buck the trend here. I'm gonna put it in top, bottom of the top. I find the heists and these foolish attempts at heists really captivating. I agree. I'm on my phone. Don't care. I'll look up when it's interesting. And that's what I do with reality shows. And I think that's what most people do with reality shows. So this show I think is compelling. So I'm going to put it in the top.
I have some interesting answers for reality people who became actors. One is apparently Glenn Powell. He was in a short lived reality TV series called Endurance on Discovery Kids.
Hmm.
There's a
And
Discovery Kids.
there used to be also Emma Stone used to be in a VH1 reality competition series.
Well, there you
Now you
have
know.
it. Now tell us what you thought about this show on YouTube or Twitter at Hoop of the Sun. Brian, any shout outs this week?
Taskmaster Australia. I finally kicked back into it, and it's been a good ride. I think there are some like really really good episodes and some like okay.
Season 4, right?
Season 4, yeah. I'm gonna watch season 3 after this, but right now I'm just keeping up with current.
Yeah. And Taskmaster Series 18 or 19 comes back this week. Starts this
Some
week.
shit like that. Oh man.
And it's got Jason Mantzoukas. Get hyped.
Yes, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, I feel like I saw one headline and I'm just like, yeah, that's gonna be why I watch this. I'm not gonna do it because it could like spoil it.
Yeah, I mean, don't. I mean, can you really spoil Taskmaster?
No, it was just like talking about like herding cats or something like that.
Yeah. I think that was just how it felt during the shooting. I don't think there was
Yeah,
actually hurting cats.
but that's exactly the type of craziness I want.
That would be a fun task.
Oh, it was real cat wrangling.
Could have been. Max, any shout outs this week?
Nothing in particular, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm not sure I have anything like The Righteous Gemstones is ending and
R.I.P.
is really sad because I think the sister in that show is one of the best characters ever made and she's so funny. And this season hasn't been her best season. So that's also been disappointing to me. They've had like 2 episodes where it was kind of like not the main cast, which was frustrating too.
Hmm.
They were like historical episodes like in the past. And I'm like, yeah, it's just like, I want to see Danny McBride and I want to see,
Yeah, I was like, you want to see Danny Masterson? You sure about that?
no, I don't want to see him, but I want to see Danny McBride and the Workaholics guy and the sister. Like there's 3. I hope do another show together because they're so good.
Yeah,
So
their chemistry is insane.
yeah, so sad that it's ending. That's what I'm going to shout out. Tell us what you thought about this week's show at To Put This On, youtube.com/To Put This On, facebook.com/To Put This On, and you can email us questions, suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. We'll see you guys next time.